What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. You already know sometimes I sing, sometimes I review all the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want. And it's always going to be what you need. I'm your host, Dustin Singer Actor Lewis, and I'm coming back at you with another review of the Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 2. Um, Child, listen. We're going to jump right on in. First of all, if you're new, thank you so much for coming and joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend. Listen, we got to grow our community here, and we're going to continue to do that. Um, y'all, this reunion, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was a great reunion. I don't know, like it put me, the end of it just kind of put me in like in a mood. I don't know. Why are my lips so green? Hold on. They look good, though. I ain't going to hold you. They looking delicious. All right. All right, so this reunion, it was good, but I was like, whew, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So the episode starts with Mia being in the back. You know, she walked off stage and then well, she didn't walk off stage. It was on a break and she was talking about she was going home and she didn't want to continue because basically the ladies were holding her feet to the fire. Basically, this reunion, they are holding her feet to the fire like the whole entire time. They tired of me lying. Like in your lies have caught up with you and they kind of holding you to it. But it starts backstage. You know, she was trying to have a conversation with Kay, not excuse me, with Kay, with Jazzy and Stacy, and they just didn't really want to talk to her. Like they weren't messing with her like that because they felt like the way you did them in Miami, that was wrong. No matter how you slicing and dicing, you wrong. And you know you wrong and you trying to compare, you trying to make it right, but you should have made it right in the moment. Like let's say you didn't make it to the dinner, you should have figured out a way to make it right to those ladies because that is extremely messed up. But Andy comes back there and he has a conversation to let you know, you need to come back out. You are just feeling away right now. You are not a bad friend. You know you feel bad. So that's a sign that you need to come back out here and have that conversation. So she eventually comes back out. So we pick up on the reunion. So we getting back started, and we open up with Giselle having a conversation about her girls. So Giselle's all three of her girls are in school. Her oldest is at FAMU, and I know the twins like separated. They went to their own schools. And Giselle was saying that the girls are doing great. She said they both of them have 4.0 averages, which is phenomenal. Giselle's a phenomenal mother. We say that every time because she is. And Giselle talks about, you know, she was sad for like what she said, not even 48 hours, like 28 hours. I think she said 28 hours. And she said she was like, child, wait, I'm having a good time, which I love that. I feel like if I had kids and they went off, I'll be the same way. Like, all right, I'm sad for a minute. It's like, all right, it's I mean to have a good time. So I love to see Giselle is able to move on, and I'm glad to see that the girls are doing great in school. So she's asked about Jamal, and you know, how was her relationship with Jamal? She said it's great. She said she has a good relationship with him. That's good to hear. Um, this is where Andy got messy, and whoever asked that question was messy because I thought this online. So okay, Jamal and his new wife. I do not know her name, but him and his new wife, they got married, and she wore pink and he wore green, and they got married in like the height of the Wicked like premieres and like all that coming out. And real talk, y'all, when I first saw their pictures, I was like, oh, they was at a Wicked premiere. That's nice for them to go, y'all. That was their doggone wedding. It just didn't give like what she had on didn't give Bride. What he had on, it was fine. Like it was a suit. I feel like a guy, you can only do so much with a suit, right? Um, well, she looked fine, but it was just funny. Like it was just funny for that to be their wedding because it really gave off a Wicked premiere. And Giselle was talking about some of the girls were just mortified because they was just like, "What is happening?" It just looked so funny and goofy. But when Giselle is asked about how do the girls feel about his new wife, and she basically says like they don't really know her, they don't have a relationship with her, which is kind of sad. And I really hope that they fix that. Yes, they're older, but they're young enough. Like I can see if they are essentially like grown in like the technical sense, right? But especially the younger two, they're in college, they're still kids. So I hope that his new wife does try to figure out a way to bridge that gap and have that relationship with those girls because they're his children. I know he has a lot of kids, so I hope that she figures that out and can make that work. Um, so On conversation. We're still having a conversation with Giselle, and Andy is asking her about Namsum. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So has a conversation with her about him and how that's going, and she's like, "Yeah, they're good." She said him and Josh are cool, and then we kind of segue into Ashley and Josh. So, they're talking about Ashley and Josh and the whole speed dating thing, and they are still going good, but they had to kind of take a step back. And it's not that they're not seeing each other anymore, they're still seeing each other. He actually saw her on her way to the reunion. So they're good. They just had to take a step back and like remove the titles and just essentially just getting to know each other. I appreciate that. Take your time. You fresh off the heels of a divorce or getting divorced. So yeah, take your time with that, Ashley, and I appreciate you doing that. Now, Ashley, I gotta give you a little bit because you did something I ain't care for. You talking about this man, he felt a type of way because Wendy was bringing up him looking like Jack Harlow, and that was a lateral move. It is a lateral move. It's a lateral move. You left somebody who was a high road, and this is no shade to that gentleman. He is young. He can go out there. He can make plenty of money. But if you're looking off what Wendy was talking about, you left somebody with all this money and you got with this dude. Now he's a handsome guy. He looks like Jack Harlow. That's not a slight. He does look like him. I feel like Ashley, you are just trying to create something out of nothing here, because that wasn't that deep. His friends are not. First of all, his friends are not watching the show. His friends aren't watching the show. His friends are watching and texting him. Oh, I can't believe she said that about you. Dude, it ain't that deep. And if your friends are, if you that bothered by that, this is not the lifestyle for you. So you definitely should take a step back from Ashley, because that wasn't that deep. But one thing I would give Miss Wendy, Wendy said, "Child, please, he'll be all right. He'll be all right, and you're gonna be all right too, because you the one that was talking about my husband, and you brought us some information about my husband." Wendy is not taking her foot off their necks this reunion, and I'm loving every bit of it. Wendy is also, she another host, if you ask me. Wendy, Giselle, and Andy, they had it going on this reunion. But Andy was like, wait, it was Giselle that brought up your husband. Wendy said, no, no, no. And even Giselle was like, no, that was her. I just took the heat for it. That was actually Ashley. But I'm be real with you. Wendy kind of ate. Wendy kind of ate that. But I'm glad that they just moved past the child, because it really wasn't that deep. The situation was not that deep. So move past it, Ashley. Find you something else to be mad at. Mia probably will come back next season, be mad at her. So do that, child. So after they have their conversation, we get into the newbies. So we get into our new full-time cast members, which we have Kay and we have Stacy. So we're gonna start with Kay's package. So Kay's package, they talked about, her and Greg, and essentially her and Greg's kind of rift with him not really wanting to do the show, and just kind of how he seemed a little bit like distant from her when they were filming. Now she says that they are still together, but they do not live together. She said they are. She got a condo and she's looking at buying that condo, and she was saying it's premarital property. Well, that's just a little. I get buying it because it's an investment. If you have the money to buy it, just go ahead. But Kay, I don't know. Like I don't know. I think Greg, from what I saw of him on this reunion and the way y'all explained it, it did kind of change my perspective of him a little bit. Like I do think that he does care about you. I don't think he wants to do the show, but he did come off slightly controlling in some of those instances. And it could just be that he just felt uncomfortable and just didn't know what to do with the camera. So the way she explained it, like he was like, "Hey, you were with these girls, you got into that physical altercation where you had your head slashed or whatever, and you going back into this full time. I don't know how I feel about that." So I can understand him being your protector, not wanting you to get back into it, but and he just doesn't want to film. It's not everybody's thing. There are a lot of guys who don't like it. A lot of gentlemen who don't. For instance, I feel like Dr. Damon can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like just giving that example. Like there are men who simply just do not care for it. Juan was another one. I don't feel like Juan cared for filming at all. Now the way Juan showed up for Robin was totally different, baby. But you know what? That ain't no good example, because Juan didn't want to film for other reasons, allegedly. Don't come from my Amazon things, y'all already know. But hey, that's just my opinion on that. So, but it does seem like it's good that he is supporting her in what she wants to do. So that's a plus. So I give him that. He does seem like he does support her in her dreams of wanting to be on the show. Now we switch over to Stacy. Now, Stacy is having a conversation where Andy is asking her about her and TJ, and he brings up, about them being separated, and everybody in the cast is like, "Wait, what's going on? When did they separate? Because we didn't know nothing about this." So Stacy and TJ are not together anymore, and the only thing I can say is good. Stacy, if you need me to go, Stacy, you just let me know if you want me to go ride down on him about the Parkers again. I got you, girl. I got you. And I'm a reserve it. I ain't gonna give him too much because I feel like next episode he gonna make me mad. So I'm gonna let him make it this episode. But just know, Miss TJ, Miss TJ, I got something for you, Miss Mamas. I sure do. Cause you was a purity asshole the way you treated that lady. You did not have to treat that lady like that. I felt like Stacy and him had a good friendship, but he was just nasty about it. The way that he spoke to her sometimes wasn't cool. And I hope that he takes a step outside of himself because I feel like he's coming in and we'll talk about when we get there. But I feel like he's coming into it and making himself seem like it was everybody else and not him. No, TJ, a lot of that was you. The way that you showed up, it was you. And Stacy was saying like, a lot of people hurt my feelings. And Wendy, when you said that he was more into the trainer than he was me, Stacy, we all felt that way. We all felt that way. Stacey, he felt that way. Like, I think that, oh, I just spit everywhere. If y'all saw that, my bad. Stacey, listen, you got to let that go, baby. He do not want you, and you honestly don't want him. I don't feel like he's really her type either. But yeah, Stacey, I'm glad that you and him have moved on. But whatever. Now, what got me was that she was saying that they're still best friends or they're still friends. So everybody's like, nothing has changed because y'all were best friends before. So what has changed here? Which Stacey, they have a point. This is why you got to be careful what storylines you're putting out there. Um, so Stacey also advised that she is divorced, which is crazy because Stacey beat not Karen. Oops. She beat she beat Mia. She beat Ashley. She beat all the girls getting divorced. So shout out to you, Stacey. I guess it was a clean divorce because you really didn't talk about it. We didn't go into it a whole lot, but she said that her daughter is doing well, so that's good to hear. Um, but I'm just gonna say this, Stacey, he ain't want you. That man wanted to check, and we're gonna leave it there. So we start talking about the fashions. We start talking about the fashions. Excuse me, y'all. So we start talking about the fashions, right? And I'm gonna be real with you. Wendy brought the fashion this season. She really, really did. Kay had some pieces that look really, really good in her confessionals. But really, when it came to stepping out, it was Wendy. Wendy stepped out. She was so elevated compared to the rest of the ladies. She did such a great job. The only thing she missed was the Michelin Man, which when Andy had brought that up, he texted her, "Baby, that was a chop. That was the only chop that I would say from Wendy. Everything else Wendy had on, she was good. She really, really, really did. Wendy did amazing. Um, so they start talking about the event that Stacy had and how Stacy had the same dress that Ashley wore a couple of months prior. That is wild, right? Like that's some stuff that just don't happen in these shows. Now, Vivian has made a statement online. Now Stacy is saying that Vivian is dead to her. She not feeling Vivian. She feels like Vivian did it on purpose. Now Vivian is online saying that Stacy is lying. She did not. She told Stacy that Ashley wore the dress. She offered Stacy another dress, and Stacy still wanted that one. I don't know why, because I don't mean no shade. The dress was not cute. It was an ugly dress. Now, Vivian, there was some other stuff in your store that you was on point with, but that gown was not one of them. Y'all should have found something else in general. And Stacey, you pairing it with that curly bob with the blonde on the ombre bob, it was a no. Like everything about it was a no. Girl, please. Absolutely. Don't be mad at Vivian because you looked a fool with your pants on the ground. That was a mess. Absolutely not. I don't feel like Vivian did it on purpose. Honestly, I truly don't feel like she did it on purpose. I don't know that lady, but I don't feel like she did. Like, I just don't, what would she gain from that? Like, she's not here. I don't think that she did it on purpose. Um, so they start talking about some other fashion things. We'll talk about that later. But when they started talking about some, hey Mia, so they said when you was with Gordon, you were wearing blazers, but then when you got with Ink, you started being fashion over. Child, the people that have to eat Mia up like that. Mia is a fashion over girl. She wears a fashion over, and listen, I'm a fashion over baddie. Not tonight. Horses in a stable. Not tonight. But Mia's a Fashion Nova girl. She's a Fashion Nova girl. And I saw something on Twitter that said the fact that she is bragging about being a Fashion Nova girl as a real housewife is wild. Listen, I heard the Fashion Nova checks be real cute. I heard they clear real nice for the reality TV girls. So I ain't hating on you too much, Mia, but Mia, you have the eye, but you are definitely missing the T. Proceed with caution, honey, because you ain't got it. Now, this is what I thought was funny because I saw something about this. I don't know if it was on the episode or where I saw this, but they talked about Giselle and the dress that she wore to Stacey's event and how Stacey didn't want anybody to wear the dress. And Giselle was like, you know what? I'm petty. I'm going to buy the dress, wear it to her event, and then I'm going to give it to Wendy. Just petty. Listen, Giselle is so petty. I don't know what Giselle has against Stacey, but it is so funny. But she just wants to get under Stacey's skin, and it is the funniest thing. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it's kind of funny because it's just like why. And I'm gonna be honest too. The thing I like about Stacey, she seems to be a good sport about it. Like she's just kind of like, okay, Giselle, like girl, whatever, do your thing. So that's what makes it funny to me when it comes to them two. It's quite funny. But Stacey was like, "Did you even donate to my charity?" I know that's right, Stacey. You better take a page out of the Nene Leakes Kenya Moore, your cousin book. Did you even donate to my I'll have to check to see if you did. I know that's right. Now, Stacey, you go ahead and drop it, because if she didn't, we need to know. But since you ain't dropped nothing, I think she did donate. Giselle seems like she'll donate. I ain't gonna take that from her. She seems like she'll donate. Now, after they go through that whole thing, we start talking about some of the blonde, baby. Everybody had the blonde on. Um, everybody had a little piece of blonde. I don't think Wendy had any blonde. I can't remember when there was some blonde. I hope not. But everybody has some blonde. Giselle, Karen, Ashley, Mia, Stacey, Kay. I think I saw Kay with a little piece of blonde on too. Blonde on something. Listen, the person who wears the blonde the best, you gotta give it to her. It is Karen. Now Karen does wear the blonde the best. The person who I would say Karen, then it's Giselle. So Karen and then it's Giselle. Now if Robin would have been here, Robin would eat up some blonde. Robin eats the blonde up. So I would say it's Karen, Giselle, it's Karen, and then it's Giselle. That's it. Nobody else need to wear no blonde. Please, nobody else want no blonde. We okay. Mia, it's a 100% no for you. The way your face is structured, you don't have the vernacular to wear such pieces of blonde. You don't have it. Ashley, you'll sometimes put on a little piece of blonde, and it sometimes look decent on you, but we still don't need you to wear it no more. Okay, you look good in darker tones. Ashley looks her best when she has her natural throw out. That's when Ashley look her best. That's when she looked the best, baby. That's when you need to wear that, Ashley. Yes, God, girl. But that don't wear it no more. So after they started talking about the blonde, I don't know how they got on the subject. I can't remember, but they were talking about Stacey's ears, and then Stacey was like, "I don't understand why everybody's so concerned with my ears." And my thing is this: it's one of those things. Now that they brought it up, it's like I'm looking at it. I'm like, Stacey, please just let me see your ears. I don't know why it's such a thing, but I want to see her ears so bad. And then when she was in that video, she was like, "Oh, y'all want to see my ears?" My thing is, Stacey, girl, just lift that wig up and let us see your ears real quick. What's going on with your ears? What you trying to hide? I'm with Giselle. Are you an alien? Girl, I'm definitely afraid of aliens. Girl, no, ma'am. Absolutely not. So that was funny. So I don't know why that was fun. Why do they keep talking about this lady is? But Giselle is eating Stacey up, and I don't, like I said, I don't get it. It's funny. It is so funny because Giselle is eating this poor lady up. She is eating this poor lady up, and the lady ain't even did nothing to Giselle like that. So she, when she did take the video was so far away. We still ain't see your ears, Stacey. Stacey, we still don't know what your ears look like. So after they get through that segment, we see Jacqueline come back. Yay. I'm just not a Jacqueline fan. I'm not. I feel like she just rides me as coattails, and she just lies, and just she's a part of that whole storyline thing as well. But she's pregnant. She is pregnant. Congratulations to her. It is not by PP, which I mean that's none of our business. But it does kind of make me wonder because somebody was like, "Oh, is it by the dude that was at the premiere party?" So my thing is this: when it comes to Jacqueline, was the whole PP party thing? It seemed really fake and seemed really forced anyway. So, excuse me, it seemed really fake. It seemed really forced anyway. So I don't understand if that was a storyline, why you did that, because we didn't need it. The cake wasn't even, the cake was a cake y'all just picked up on the way to that house also. So girl, please miss me. So they start talking about Mia's package. We getting into Mia's package and child. Ooh, this is when it gets like, it starts to get there when we talk about Mia's package. This is crazy. So they start talking about Mia. Well, Mia starts talking about her being separated from Ink. And when she's talking about it, Ashley is over there laughing. And when I tell you it's good to me, and the ladies start chiming in, and baby Giselle, y'all know when Mia had said what she said about Giselle's daughters on the season, Giselle ain't do nothing on the season. But when Giselle was on interviews and everybody was talking about some Mia got the most to speak to, I knew Giselle was not gonna take her foot off of Mia neck. And baby, she didn't. And I was here for every piece of it. Because rightfully so. So let's get into it. So Giselle says she doesn't believe that they broke up. And all of the ladies agree. Nobody believes that she really broke up with him. She is saying, hey, she lives in Atlanta with Ink. Giselle says that she does not live there. She flies in and does her confessionals and flies back out. The kids are homeschooled so they can live wherever. So Mia does not live in Potomac. And she said that her and Gordon are not separated. Baby, they was eating Mia up. So then Wendy chimes in. And Wendy's like, listen, she feels like Gordon and Ink are all in on it. So Mia, Gordon, Ink, all of them are in on this whole storyline, this whole plot, because she didn't have anything to talk about. So she wants to talk about that, and she's bringing up these whole things. And she said there's no plans on them ever divorcing, talking about her and Gordon. Baby, I believe every word. Because when she separated from Ink, she started taking pictures with Gordon. And it's like, Mia, what's going on here? It's really weird. It's really tricky, and it just does not make sense. And it's coming off like her storyline is backfiring on her. And I mean, Mia, you will have to own it. And I think that's the part that everybody's like, just own it. Just say that you messed up. Just say that that's what you were coming in here to do. You were trying to produce the show, and it just didn't work. It didn't work out the way that you planned it. I think that you thought that people were going to rally behind you in this situation and think that you were being innovative and thinking that you were just being like a pioneer in this thing. And girl, you are not. It is not coming off the way that you intended. I will say that. So she said, because they were talking, somebody asked the question about like, well, hey, why did you allow that argument and just have that conversation in front of the kids if you're trying to be the protector of your kids? And she said that it had never happened um, on camera, and that was the first time it happened on camera. She also says that she regrets bringing up her son's paternity on camera as well. So they talk about the paternity of the son, right? And she thinks that she should have kept it off the show. But she's also saying that this is the part where it gets weird with Mia. Mia is saying that her son was conceived via IVF. And all of the ladies were like, okay, if you conceive your son via IVF, you know he's Gordon's. Like, unless there was a situation where you had ink sperm. And she's saying, oh, well, I could have been pregnant before. And everybody's like, no, because they do a blood test. There's no way you could have been pregnant prior to that. Like, you just couldn't have, love. Like, come on now, Mia. Um, and this is what they say Mia be lying. You stay lying about stuff that you do not have to lie about. Don't get me wrong. I have never gone through IVF. I'm a man. I've never helped anybody have a baby. I don't know, understand any of it. I don't know. But it does seem to me if you were going to do that, they would give you a blood pregnancy test over just having you urinating over a stick because it would be a stronger and more accurate test. That would make all the sense to me, just me personally. So I feel like you are lying, and I feel like you need to just sit and own it. And even Stacey was like, "Don't you want this paternity stuff to be over? Then girl, just own it. Just say what you need to say, and then go on about your day." Like that's the thing, and everybody is over you doing that. Now she starts talking about, having a tough conversation in front of her kids. And this is the part that got a little weird to me. And she was like, they were cool for a whole year. And, Gordon and my previous husband, They were cool when they were co-parenting. When I was co-parenting my older son, so I feel like it would have been the same. Me, it's not the same because he's not in the same mind frame as he was then. We know what he has going on. Also, too, you left your ex-husband for him. You're leaving him for somebody else. It's not the same, my love. It's not. He feels a different type of way about it. And I think you need to understand, you need to respect that a little bit. And I also feel like he needs to respect where you're coming from too. But I feel like you're trying to blur the lines and you're trying to make everything this big happy family. And it's not. And it's okay for it to not be. But you need to own that. Now, I was looking at her earrings, y'all. I wish I had them. I got them same earrings. Them earrings are from Amazon. They come in like 5 or 6 a pack. I got them when I went to see Beyonce because I had this like jeweled mask, and I actually wore those earrings. That's what I wore. She got them earrings off of Amazon. I'm trying to tell y'all, I got them same earrings that came in a pack, child, and did. So they start talking about Gordon. Wait, hold on. I lost my place. I lost my place talking about them doggone earrings. Okay, she said that Gordon makes her look bad on camera. She said Gordon just wants to make her look like a liar on camera, but then off camera he's saying all these different things. We know Gordon's condition. So we know his condition. So that's kind of that whole thing. So she said that he wanted to come on camera and apologize, but she didn't let him do that. And everybody's like, that's just so convenient. It's so convenient that he wanted to come and exonerate you on camera, but he's not here to do it. And nobody believes it. And we don't either. We don't believe it as well. We do not believe it. I feel like she didn't want him to come. And Jacqueline says that she doesn't feel like Mia is a liar. Child, please. Both of y'all be lying. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. So, y'all, I'm battling something. Ooh, I feel like stuffy and sinusy. Excuse me, y'all. But I feel like she lying. I feel like Jacqueline lying. And we start talking about, the whole kid thing with Mia bringing up Giselle's daughters. And I knew when they had this segment here, I was like, it is about to go down because I already knew Giselle wasn't having it with her. Giselle said, "I'll let you slide all season. I'm, I'm not playing with you. Just go around." So Mia says, hey, yes, I had that. I apologize to her. And, I know it wasn't right for me to do it. Giselle wasn't having it. Giselle said, yes, you apologized to me. However, you got up and you got in my face about the situation later when Ashley was over there being a man. When I tell you that was funny. That was so funny. When she was like, well, Ashley was over there being a man, or however she said it. So that was really, really funny. But they showed the clip of, in which they showed a snippet of it in one of like previews, but we never saw the clip, and I just realized we never did. But we see Mia getting up and getting in Giselle's face because she was like, "Oh, you talking about my kids?" And Giselle was like, "I'm not talking about your kids." Giselle ain't back down either, and that she didn't stand up or anything. But Giselle was like, "I'm not worried about you, child. You're not gonna put your hands on me." So Mia, that clip does not make you look good. And I'm with Giselle on that. You don't want your kids talked about, but you want to talk about mine. And Giselle was like, well, Mia was like, well, you said I'm a bad mother. And Giselle was like, you are a bad mother. Because what mother would get on TV and talk about the paternity of her child, but not have the conversations with the child prior to? And not figure all of that out outside of camera before you bring it to the world. Like that was something that you should have figured out outside. And I feel like Mia knew all along that that child was Gordon's. I feel like she knew it the whole time. I don't know what Mia's point was to bring that on camera. Knowing the whole IVF thing, why not just get it figured out? Like, yes, I can understand, like this is my life, this is what's going on, but it does seem a bit odd that you really wanted that to be a part of your storyline. So when I tell you it just hits the fan after Giselle is eating her up about the whole paternity thing and like how she's representing her kids and all of that, and Mia walks off stage, Mia says that she is done. And you hear Asher saying, the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth hurts, and I have to agree. And Wendy is saying this. Wendy is like, listen, she does not like when people do shit and they don't own the shit that they do. And I agree. I agree. I feel like, Mia, you've done so much, and it's so hard for people to stand up for you and represent you in these situations because of how you've shown up and how you've moved throughout this whole system. That season, there have been so many things that you have done that just didn't make sense because they didn't make sense. And you gotta own that. Like, no one is believing you because of what you did this season, my love. So I hate that you're going through this situation. I truly do, but I feel like you have to own a lot of it, Mia. You really, really, truly do. So once she walks off stage, we get a segment of the guys, and y'all, we only have two guys this season. All we have is Greg and we have Eddie. That is it. That is wild. I don't ever remember a season of Housewives where they just had two men or two husbands on the side. Well, a husband and a partner, because that's it. That's wild. That's wild. We don't have any other partners. That's crazy. But they call TJ, and TJ, now TJ, you, excuse me, y'all. TJ, you over there dissing everybody on top of I don't want to be on that fake show with them fake people. Hold on now. Now, I'll be on FaceTime with him like, whoa, 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 buddy, I'm over here too. Now, hold on. Not too much. Not too much, Mr. Parker, because you wanted to be on this show as well. You was over here dancing all in the videos. You was. So please don't give us too much. But apparently he is going to drop a bomb that is going to have everybody shaking in their boots next episode. So I am ready for it. So y'all, that is what I'm going to end. I keep coughing, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. But I appreciate y'all. Real Housewives of Potomac had it going on. It was a great, great, great episode. I really enjoyed it. It was deep, it was heavy, but overall it was good. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, share with a family member, share with a friend. And I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. But I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.